Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is a 5 minute time frame and I just closed this trade right here just currently about some couple of minutes ago, and this is what we are having with the 714 method. Now I'm actually thinking of trading the 714 method again, but what do you guys think? How do we trade the 714 method today? Because by the looks of it, you can see that we are in a downtrend. Look at it. We are in a downtrend within that zone. Now, if we're in a downtrend within this zone right here, our expectations are that price should just wake all the way up, reversing the trend, right? So that is our expectations. Now, where should price actually push up from? So price should push up from a fair value gap, support and resistance, and another block, right? Now, sorry for this because it might actually look weird, but you see, when you look closely at what we are currently having, you realize that price hasn't reached this double low right here, but also price is currently on this support zone right here. Can you see it? Price is on this support zone. This is a support zone, and price is just on that support zone. So right now that we know that the 714 method is in a downtrend, I can go ahead and remove these lines because I want to actually draw the support zone well so that you see it right. So it starts from here all the way through, right? So this right here is a very serious support zone that price is on. And what we are looking for execution is another block, support and resistance, or a fair value gap. So this right here is a support, and it can equally resist sellers from coming into the market, right? So can we actually use this support to execute our trades all the way up? I've told you guys, whenever you are going to trade this type of markets, please try your best and understand the trend movement, right? Trust me, understanding the trend movement helps a lot. So what are we currently having with this whole trend? You already know this is a downtrend. Despite price hasn't taken out this last low, but yes, it's currently still a downtrend. How do we buy? Because we want to buy, right? Now there are two ways of actually doing this. I've talked about the reverse 714 method, which is if the trend itself is not going according to the 714 method. For instance, with the 714 strategy, we should be buying. But currently, the trend itself is telling us to sell, right? So if this is happening, we just follow the trend, but we wait for a BOS below a major resistance zone before we now execute that trade. But today, what I'm seeing is a support zone that has tested once, twice, and third time right here. So this might actually hold for price to continue shooting all the way up, or for price to reverse all the way up. And if that is going to happen, then we'll be executing a trade here, and this right here, just about this height right here, should be the targeted TP. Now that right there is a double top, so it might be weird for price to get to it, or even if price is getting to it, we might have some series of consolidations. But so far so good. This is where you should be targeting if you are buying from this zone. Now you can see that this whole time I'm still talking. I haven't actually executed the trade. Why? Because there's no reason for execution right now.
A few minutes later.
All right, so now it has been about a couple of minutes. Now you see the reason why I said there wasn't any reason for buying just around this zone right here when price came. Now, if you had actually bought thinking that price, you are just going to put your stop loss below here, you might actually get stopped outright. Why? Because price was retesting a major resistance zone, and there wasn't any reason, even though we had a bullish engulfing candle, but sellers conquered the market again. So there wasn't any actual reason for you to be looking for buys around this zone. You're obviously wondering, is there any reason right now? Yes, of course, there's a reason. Why am I saying there's a reason? Now, what you're interested in is what happened with the trend when it broke through this zone. Now, this is a retest. You can see that we broke through, we came back for a retest, came back down, and we are going all the way up. So when price broke through that zone, which is this range right here, look at it, which is this range right here. Price broke through it, came back for a retest, another pushback down, and another retest right there. So up here is a double top, right? So up there is a double top being created just around that zone, just above here. That's a double top being created right now. This is no longer really that important. We can put it aside. It's still important, but we can put it aside. So this is a double top being created, indicating that there is a lot of liquidities above this high right here. And these are rejections around this low right here, also indicating that there are a lot of buyers around this zone. So currently we're having two ways of executing a trade. You either wait for price to drop down, give you a BOS below this level so that you execute the trade based on the reverse 714 method, which is following the trend all the way down, right? Or you wait for this rejectional high or this resistance to actually get taken, because if this is taken, then it indicates that buyers want to shoot up in the market, right? So it's extremely easy. And since the 714 method, we are in a downtrend and we are looking forward for an upward movement, you should not be looking forward for sales. If you are going to follow the exact rules of the 714 method, you should not be looking forward for sales, but you should rather be looking forward for what? Buys, right? So is that simple? It's not really a big deal. It's just a very simple thing. And I've already said it. If we are buying from this zone, then the TP goes above here. Now, this doesn't mean all TP goes above there. No, it's just the first TP. The first TP goes above there. Then we'll probably look forward for a different TP, probably when price breaks above it, right? Because that's the only place that will actually make sense for price to get to. And also, you have to see that this looks like a trend line all the way down, or rather, this is a trend line all the way down. So there's a high chance that price might break above, retest, and continue shooting all the way up. But yes, this is just what we are having. Now, I want this last candle to actually finish either above or below so that we can now look at what to do. Are we going to buy or are we going to sell? So we are looking forward for a candle to either push above this or push below this. And that is it. We are executing trades immediately. So price was shooting up way too fast. So I just had to come down to a 1 minute time frame to actually look at the trend itself on the smaller time frame. Now, when you come to a 1 minute time frame, this is what is happening. You can see what is happening just around this zone. Change of character right here, pull back for liquidity, push all the way up, breaking structure BOS, pull back again, push all the way up, breaking above this zone and coming back for a retest. Now, that is just what is happening on the 1 minute time frame. It's not really also a big deal. Nothing serious is happening, right? But I just want you guys to see what is happening on the 1 minute time frame.
A few moments later.
So I've executed two trades. Where should we put our stop loss? And that is one of the most important things that you should actually ask yourself if you are going to execute a trade, right? Now, when we look at putting stop losses, I often like using the last candle before impulsive moves, right? Now, the last candle before impulsive moves will be this candle right here, and at the same time will be that candle right here. This is an impulsive move, and after this candle too, this was an impulsive move. So these are the only two candles that is actually worth putting your stop loss below. But since this was a high that just got taken, this is our last low right here. So this is the candle that we should be putting our stop loss below. So this candle right here is the last candle before the impulsive move. So in other words, this will serve as a good level for execution when price later on comes back to that zone during the day, right? Now, this is actually extremely close. I don't really want um, news to come into the market before we get there. So about 5K, I'm going to be losing about 5K on this trade, and I'm willing to make what now, mind you, this is just going to be first TP only. I've executed about three trades. That was a mistake. I have to wait for price to shoot all the way up before I get out of that trade. That was a mistake. I did not want to execute. Hold on. I wasn't going to execute three trades, but I mistakenly pressed this three times. So it executed three trades, right? So that's right, there was a mistake. But I'm not going to close it in losses to at least something from it. All right, so this is the TP1 of the trade that you actually execute if you are going to trade the 714 method. You can see how easy it is all the way up to this highs right here. So this is it. Now I actually want price to probably take out this high before news kicks in, because with Powell's news, if price do not take out this high, we might be in a very serious problem, right? So do you understand what is happening? The 714 method, we're in a downtrend, we are looking forward for uptrend. But price did not give us any reason to buy around this zone until this level. So when this level, the reason is given, we are now buying. We weren't buying immediately, but we are buying now. So still, we are still going according to the 714 method or this strategy right here. And it's extremely easy, right? Now, I was actually building a strategy using EMA, and I think most of the times it looks extremely bulky, and that is basically why I'm still struggling with that strategy. I want to build that strategy around the EMA so that I'll release it to you guys, and all you need to do is just wait for that confirmation on that EMA and you execute. But it's still having some issues, and I'm still looking forward to making it perfect. But when it's done, for sure, when it's done, you guys will see it. I'll try my best and release it right here. But yes, this is the 714 method. This is the trade that we are looking for today. And that is just how easy it is going to be.
6.5 hours later.
All right, so this is what we are currently having. So in about 3 minutes, we are going to have Powell's news. And as you can see, every trade that I've taken is at break even, except for the mistake that I did, or the trade that I actually executed on top of the trade that I wanted, right? I did not want to trade, I did not want to execute three trades, but I did it mistakenly right now. I left it because I wanted it to reach this high so that I can just get out of that trade. So let's go ahead. It's only that trade that I'll actually be getting out from, but the other two trades is now at break even, right? So here's what's going to happen. If price comes back down with the news, it should actually take me out of break even or around this zone right here. It should be able to take me out around this zone right here. So one should be at break even, the other should just be around 1k in profit. All right, so I just got the notification. News has actually taken me out of that trade. As you can see, extremely easy, right? Everything went perfectly and we are still shooting all the way up. Now this trade as well has to come all the way up. Listen, it has to come all the way up at least to 10k thereabout. Why am I doing this? Because this is news. So even if news is coming back, it should take me out in profits, not in losses again. No, I'm not going to do that, right? So if it comes back down and take me out around this zone, it's fine. It's all right. The TP has been hit. There's no problem. 13k has been made here. 10k is going to be made here. And at the same time, I went out of the last trade, which was the mistake, around 4k. So there is no problem with whatever you are whatever you are going to get again if price comes back and take you out of this trade. Now, under normal circumstance, I should actually pull this back down so that if there's a fluctuation or price movement back, maybe it will not take it out. But there's no problem. Your profits has already been made. Don't look at you being in one single profit, and because of that, you are now trying your best to bring your stop loss just to this zone to watch the trend push all the way up, only for it to reverse back and take you out. Don't be that type of person, right? Don't be that type of person. And this is what we are looking at currently. I've said it when I was doing the analysis. Price should take out this high right here, and as you can see, we just took out that high. Now it might continue to shoot all the way up for a couple of days, or just the whole of today we might still continue to shoot all the way up. But so far so good. I'm done with the trade. I'm done.